Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are going into game number 3 of Brood War. Who is in the booth? It is going to be Piano, playing a TVT. That's right, we gotta give you guys the whole gamut of mirror matchups, a ZVZ, a PvP, and now a TVT. Pro League never fails to disappoint. Or, wait, no, that's not what it is. They never, wait a minute, that's not how the expression goes. Never fails to disappoint, that's bad. What's the good version of that saying? It's gonna be Barracks! Oh yeah, the greatest KT player of all time! He's 0-2! He is not, wait, he hasn't played a single game of Brood War. Alright, apparently they only used him like once per round, so they played him in SC2 and then like he didn't play again. LOL! LOL! Oh man, KT, like I could actually see Piano beating Barracks here, because Barracks is not very good and Piano's actually quite good. And then KT will be down. And if KT loses to Ace here, I'm going to laugh so hard. I'm going to just, you know, bask in all the KT fan tears in the in all those threads in the Brood War forum. Because right now, you know, in all those threads that are talking about, you know, who needs to win which match to advance, there's so many KT fans that are like, KT, I believe, I believe. And, you know, I just love seeing people's dreams get crushed. That's just like a hobby of mine. Just going around looking for little children who I can steal candy from and whatnot. So I would be delighted if KT were to lose today. I also just don't really like KT fans for some reason. I don't know why. It just seems like most KT fans seem like bad people in various ways. I think I'm being completely biased. But like Light Whip was a KT fan, I'm pretty sure, and he's got permaban now, right? And like Sawamura is a KT fan, and he's like a terrible person. I don't know, it's just something about them. I mean, like SKT fans, right? Like they're bandwagoners and stuff, and they're kind of bad people, but they're like bad people and kind of like a, you know, like a country bumpkin kind of, I don't know what's up kind of bad way. But KT fans are just like legitimately bad people, I think. Ugh, it's terrible. Oh, was Lightwhip a SKT fan? Oh shit, whoops. Whatever, my point still stands. My point still stands. Samsung Khan is the best. Khan fans are the best people, alright? Khan fans are the best people. I also do like STX fans as well. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I just pity them, but I do like STX fans. They're generally good people. Vistaju and Tornhire are fantastic people. And since they're the only STX fans, then I guess my judgment on that is actually accurate. So anyway, we are going to have a proxy Rax here from that SCV, which belongs to Barracks. Sorry, I should put the clock positions in the overlay. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Damn. My whole point fell apart with the light web thing. It's terrible. It's terrible. I feel like a Velo on State of the Game or something. Now I'm just getting completely bashed in the chat. Ugh. Ugh. Luckily, I cannot get dropped from the stream because it's mine. Ha! So at least we'll avoid that tragedy. Anyway, so as I said, we do have a proxy Rax from what's his face, and Piano in the meantime has built his barracks at the bottom right of his main. So he's just gonna build one marine, put it on his ramp, and then float his barracks out to go do some scouting. Oh, is he gonna see it? Ah, not quite. Interesting that he did do a cross map scout though. Look at this, cross map scout from Mr. Piano, and it is gonna be correct here. Doing the flash hacks. Well, Avilo's actually in my chat too, which makes it even better. Anyway, two guys pulled off gas here, so it is just going to be one fact into expansion build from Piano. And I can't quite see. Oh! Two shots. Come on, get it. No, he's not going to get it. I think gas guys pulled off gas as well here for Barracks. And oh, look at this. He doesn't have a Marine at home to get rid of that SEV. This Marine's like running around the map. It went to the bottom left. He's like, oh, there's no base here. Oh man, he needs to keep switching out SEVs, but looks like the scouting SEV is going to have to run away now that the Marine's there. But he calls like 3 SEVs to be switched out, I think. And oh, is he going to go for it? Oh! SCV kill! 2 kills, what? That SCV has 2 kills! Did you guys see that? That SCV has 2 kills, Barracks! Barracks, how are you that bad? You're on the same team as Flash, for God's sake! What the hell? How can you... Oh my god, I can just see Flash. Flash is probably like double face palming on the bench right now. He's like, are you serious? Is this guy really a KT Terran? Oh my god. That should just not happen. I mean, like of all workers as well, an SCV getting 2 kills, SCVs have the hardest time attacking shit because they got like the weird attack animation as well. They don't have any range. Like probes sometimes, like if you told me a probe got 2 kills, I'd be like, okay, that's pretty cool. But I can kind of see a probe doing that because probes are pretty damn good, right? Like they have the 2 range, they got like really good acceleration and whatnot. But an SCV, man, that's like the clunkiest shit. Oh man. Alright, so we got some vultures following up here for Piano. It looks like he's just going for mass vulture mid game here. He's gotten 3 factories, it looks like, with no add-ons just yet. He should at least get 1 add-on though, because if you're doing this, you want mines and speed, obviously. So you definitely do want that add-on, but okay, no, there it is. He's just getting a few vultures first. Anyway, oh, he's coming around the side. Oh my god, he might be able to run into the main. The Barracks sees everything. And oh, is he gonna go for the attack? He's gonna do some micro here. He's doing patrol micro. That kind of works. That's really hard though. Yeah. Alright, because I think vultures have like 1 extra range over marines or something, and also they have the slower fire rate, so like patrol micro kind of helps, but I think Piano's getting a little bit too fancy here. I think he's getting a little bit too cocky. He's like, you know, I just killed 2 SCVs with my scouting SCV, so like I'm the king of micro. No, dude, you're not as good as Huck just quite yet. You still need to, work on that vulture micro. Anyway, scouting Barracks though is coming in here for both players actually. Looks like on the opposite side. Barracks is Barracks. Low. Barracks is actually scouting his opponent's base. So, looks like we have a 3rd factory added on as well for Barracks. Essentially, when you see your opponent going for mass vultures, you have to respond in kind. You can't just go for the standard, tank openings, because that is very, very vulnerable to vultures. But whoa, looks like any advantage that Barracks gained early on from Piano being over-eager has, well, he lost 1 vulture there. It's not the end of the world, but still. Supply's now very, very even, 44 to 42. And what was I saying? Oh yes, you have to match your opponent's vultures, at least in the early/mid game here. And you can, once you've kind of got a decent control with your vultures, you can then start to slowly add in siege tanks and whatnot. But it's a very slow transition. You can't just go straight into tanks and Goliaths and whatnot, because the mass vulturing player will just have a leg up on you in the mid game. It looks like the stream is momentarily dead. Okay. I guess we'll just like switch. I was hoping it would recover, but apparently not. So, yoink. It looks like this one's behind as well, so that's perfect. Sorry, I left it a little bit long because I thought it was just having a brief hiccup there. But anyway, so we haven't missed anything here. And you're seen this all before. Alright. Starport, by the way, from Piano, that's also a very, very standard transition off of the mass vultures, because of course vultures only cost minerals, so you end up saving a lot of gas, which can be spent on the starports and the wraiths, which are all quite gas heavy. No second gas taken yet though by either player, which is quite interesting because, normally in TVT it's a very, very gas intensive matchup. Essentially the only resource that really matters is your gas, because you're making Goliaths, tanks, dropships, wraiths and whatnot. However, ooh, look at this, that's very cute. walling him in a bit, and oh my goodness, look at that, very, very nice. He's walling out the reinforcements here. Reinforcement vultures cannot get in here, but the SCVs are pulled off the line, and they're trying to do a mass repair. It's very, very difficult, and it looks like Barracks will hold there, but very cute little move there. Trying to cutting off those reinforcing vultures. That is so awesome. Oh my goodness. Wow. Piano owning Barracks with a Barracks. He's going for the irony points as well as the pimp display points there. But unfortunately, there were just a bunch of SCVs pulled. He didn't deny bidding mining time. I think he killed a couple of SCVs, but anyway. Yes, what was I saying? Oh yes, so only in these kinds of early Vulture Wars do you see either player really not take that second gas early on and end up having that surplus of gas. So yeah, this is kind of a unusual TVT. Although having said that, I believe we have seen this style a few times already this season in Pro League. I don't remember seeing it too often last season, so I'm not sure why it's coming back into style here. But I mean, there it is, you know, StarCraft metagame. It's a lot like fashion trends. It's just like things just randomly come in and out of fashion, and nobody's really sure why, except like maybe Day9 knows, or Artosis. But I don't know why things come in and out of fashion. People just like doing fancy shit, I guess. Anyway, Barracks has now taken a second gas. Piano still not yet. And well, first Wraith is out. He's going to keep those hidden just for a while here. And look at this. It's just all okay. Another reason for this Wraith switch is also not only is it a good way to balance out your resources, but also if you go for Mass Vulture, you're forcing your opponent to go Mass Vulture. So he's going to go Mass Vulture, and then as I said, he'll slowly transition and add on tanks. But if you notice, neither Vultures nor Siege Tanks shoot up. So those Wraiths, they will have a little bit of opportunity here to actually start sniping down some of these Siege Tanks. And oh my god, does he even have an armory? I hope he at least has an armory. Presumably he does. He's got no starport, but he must have an armory, right? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, nice little scan there, clearing out these mines. And uh-oh, the Wraiths are in. He's building a starport. He's got no armory. Oh my goodness, was that Academy just blinking, by the way? I could have sworn that was blinking, but that wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. There's no Academy upgrade that you need right now. Anyway, there is the armory building now, but these Wraiths are going to pick off a good number of SCVs before either of them finish. Meanwhile, it looks like one of these Siege Tanks actually getting caught. Barracks not paying attention, letting his Siege Tank get caught, but he does bring the Vultures back in time. But now the two Siege Tanks of Piano are coming into the... Wait, actually, sorry, I got it backwards. Piano letting a Siege Tank get caught out. Barracks now coming in with his own Siege Tank. He's going to start getting pew-pewed by this Wraith. But oh man, these Wraiths in the main base killing so many SCVs here. Although they do not have very high DPS here. Only 8 damage per shot and not the highest fire rate in their air-to-ground attack. But it doesn't even matter when there's not a single bit of anti-air on the field. Barracks is now down to 77 supply to the 94 supply of Piano. He tried to make a push, but because these Wraiths are out, look at this, that one Wraith has stopped him from really going forward here. It's just slowly but surely whittling away these Siege Tanks. Barracks now is falling back to his natural, but he's still losing SCV. There's 9 kills, 10 kills in total between these two Wraiths. 10 SCV kills finally. The armory is finished, the starport is finished. He's going to be able to make a round of Goliaths, but the 10 SCV kills, that is so painful. He's still losing SCVs here. Those Wraiths still going at it. A control tower was added. I'm not sure if he's getting cloaked. If he gets cloaked, that'll be useful, but the comp stat's obviously already out. And meanwhile, a third command center is on the way for Piano, and Barracks is just, he's still losing SCVs. So many SCVs. Look at how low the saturation is on that main. Oh my god, and now the Wraiths can just go to the natural. Lol, can probably pick up another 2 SCVs or so. But no, they're actually just gonna fly out. Alright. Oh, no, never mind. Just gonna grab one. Free SCV. Oh, can we get another? Yeah, 2 SCVs. Look! What I say? Called it like a boss. So Barracks is now super far behind. He's got no third on the way. He's lost so many SCVs. His army isn't even at all superior on the ground. I think maybe he's got a couple more Siege Tanks, but that's about it. He does actually have good mine positions on the map. If you look at the mini-map, he's got a lot of random mines placed along all the attack paths. So at least he will be somewhat safe from any kind of big ground attack soon. But oh, another Vulture harass coming in here to the natural. Going to kill yet more SCVs here. Barracks' economy just getting completely shattered by a nice move from Piano, and looks like he has now decided to move out here. Oh my god, he might actually catch some of these Siege Tanks out. Oh man, he might catch some of these units out of position, although it looks like they've actually stopped on the center platform here, so yeah, it looks like he'll be fine. a little bit tricky finding a good position, a good way to push cross map here, because either you go roundabout along like the left or the right sides, or you try and push through the middle. But pushing through the middle is quite difficult, as you can see, because Barracks already has position here, so it's very hard for Piano to actually make any moves on this position, which is high ground. It is behind a lot of choke points, so even though Piano has a superior army, he's got to be a little bit careful. But Piano's third base is up and running now, and still no signs of a third even starting for Barracks. So even if Piano doesn't attack now, even if he doesn't really do too much with his army, he'll just go get really far ahead going into the mid game, going into the late game rather. Looks like these vultures do get intercepted, but he splits them up, sends 3 vultures to the natural 1 just to check out that third, try and maybe snipe an SCV that was hoping to make a command center. Looks like he's just going to kill a couple more SCVs here in the natural. Not the best vulture harass that time, so actually evening up the supplies a little bit, throwing away like 10 vultures or so. And looks like something's on the way from the starport of Barracks there. I don't know if that's a Wraith or a dropship, but either way, it looks like Piano's actually already switched into dropship production. That is very standard. The standard style in TVT is essentially a Goliath tank dropship. Your main army is the Goliaths and the tanks. You do some vulture harass, but for the most part, like the beef, the meat of the army is the siege tanks plus Goliaths, and then the dropships are like your mobile attack force, because the main mech army is very slow on the ground. Although having said that, recently we have seen a lot of players going more for the Wraith style, where you can actually go Wraith tank instead. You can go Wraith tank vulture. Basically spend all your gas on the Wraiths instead of Goliaths, and then supplement them with the mineral heavy vultures, and use that as like more of your mobile, and use the Wraiths and vultures kind of both as your mobile attack force. That's also very interesting. But oh, looks like we have a big drop going into the main here. The army's a little bit out of position. It is pulling back though. It looks like he might have spotted this. I think he maybe spotted it with a spider mine or something. So look at this. He's completely prepared for this drop. He's pulled everything back here. But another drop is going down towards the south. But once again, going to get spotted by these spider mines. And this is what I was talking about earlier, is that despite being behind in most aspects of the game, at least Barracks does have nice spider mine placement all over the map. So he's got all the attack paths covered. And as we can see, he's also got the drop paths covered as well. Just because Piano, I guess, does not expect those mines to be there, so just flying his dropship, not really bothering to move his dropships along the edges of the map, just kind of flying them through the middle there. And looks like, oh, he actually scans before dropping. Very nice, careful play there from Piano, checking to make before he drops, just to make sure that there's no trap awaiting him, and he does actually see the trap. So he's just going to fly home now. He's actually gone up to a 25 supply lead right now, actually almost a 30 supply lead, up at 150 supply against 120 of Barracks. So there's definitely no reason for him to do like a risky drop and sacrifice a whole bunch of units, because that's the kind of thing that definitely lets your opponent get back in the game. Oh, he might lose this dropship though. Whoa, he might lose it. One more shot, 6 HP. No. Barely saves it, scans again, still sees that there's no opportunity to drop here. But the thing is, this has caused Barracks to be so defensive that, look at this, Piano just completely moved out onto Barracks' side of the map, and he's actually going to start sieging up on this third here. Can he get a good position? He is on the low ground, but he is sieging up. He's not got that many support units though. The stream has also decided to not work. Alright, there we go. And oh man, it looks like simultaneously dropping on the natural ridge here. It looks like with all those tanks on the high ground, Barracks is going to take this engagement on the left side, but he's actually lost position outside of his natural there somehow. Look at that, a bunch of tanks on that ridge outside his natural. It's not really the best position. It's not going to do too much here. But Barracks still staying ahead on the supply. However, the third base Piano's staying up ahead on the supply. The third base of Barracks is now up though, so both players are on 3 base. And no signs of a fourth just yet from Piano. And oh, that's painful. Of course, it's very rare to see SCVs being pulled to repair these tanks, so any stray mine hits that you can get are extremely useful. It's not like in PvT, if you get like just one random mine hit, it is nice, but the Protoss will regenerate his shields. But not the case in TvT. In the meantime, Science Facility on the way just wants to get those +2 upgrades here. Very. Actually, he doesn't even have +1 yet. Presumably, he's timing it so that the Science Facility will finish at the same time as +1. Basically, the +2 attack upgrade, of course, is the most essential upgrade in TvT. It allows your siege tanks to 2-shot other tanks rather than 3-shot them. Very important in these big tank battles. But in the meantime, neither player really able to establish a big foothold on the map here. It's quite interesting. This TvT is very dynamic, very scrappy compared to like the TVTs that Flash or Fantasy might play, where it's very positional, where they just establish these. Like one of the players tries to establish early on a very a good siege line, a good position for a siege line, and kind of cut off more of the map for himself, and then it basically ends up being like whether the other player can break through the siege line or do like a big counter drop or something like that. Whereas in this case, neither player has actually established this big position here. It's just a lot of attacking on multiple fronts. I think that's quite exciting. Meanwhile, we do have a 4th base finally floating over to the 9 o'clock for Piano. By the way, I do apologize for the lag on the stream. We are on the VLC stream right now since my Ustream thing died. But anyway, hold that thought. A big drop going into the 3rd base of Barracks here. A huge drop from Piano here. So many tanks. He's going to get a lot of these SCVs, and it's going to be very difficult for Barracks to break this position without dropships of his own. But Barracks is going for a counter drop in the main base. Piano trying to pull back all of his army here, but he's not going to be in position here. And oh my goodness, he is pulling some SCVs though. Those SCVs are going to help out quite a bit, going to cause the siege tanks to splash themselves. But he also needs to buy time for his own tanks to get in position. I think this drop by Piano is doing a lot more though in taking down, denying this expansion, because even though Piano is losing a lot of SCVs, he is going to be able to clean up this drop in his main base without too much difficulty. Whereas that drop at the 3rd base, that's going to be so hard to dislodge there for Barracks, and you know his main base is mined out. He's only mining from his natural right now. There's yet another command center here ready to float over to the top right main here, so Piano is in a fantastic position economy wise, and there we go. He cleans up all the stuff in his main base. He did lose a good number of SCVs. He lost a few units as well. Didn't really lose too much of the infrastructure though. The crucial factory count, the supply depots were not taken out, and it looks like actually Piano removing himself from that really nice position behind the minerals and is actually starting to siege forward a little bit. I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but it looks like, oh nice, some vultures in the middle are going to spot that dropship coming in. Actually, those dropships just flying straight through the middle there. Look at that. Completely not even trying to hide those drops, not even going around the side, just going straight through the middle. But where are they going here? Actually taking advantage of the fact that Piano has almost no anti-air. I don't know why he's got no anti-air. It looks like he lost his wraiths early on and has not since made any Goliaths or anything like this. Look, he's got 1 Goliath there. I don't think it even has Goliath range. And he's just trying to position his siege tanks underneath the dropship so that they just drop to their doom. But, wait, was this just a fake? That's a little bit confusing. Those could potentially have just been empty. No, it looks like no, they weren't. Okay. Yeah, that would just be really weird. But he's going to drop the 4th here. Meanwhile, a 4th base of Barracks is floating over to the 3 o'clock. But I say that's a 4th base, but his 3rd base isn't mining. So essentially that is his 3rd, just in a different location now. Those tanks of Piano still holding position at the 6 o'clock, so Barracks cannot retake that very easily. They are on the high ground, and oh, a big counter doom drop, but there are mines in the base though. There are mines. Oh, nice mines there, and only a couple of units get out of the dropships alive. Wow. Great mine positioning there, and look at that. Not only pulling a couple of SCVs and just instantly cleans it up, and that's the kind of thing that Barracks needs to happen to get back in this game. He's also snuck the another base at the top right natural there. I'm a little bit surprised that Piano isn't aware of this. Piano needs to go see this base. That base is completely undefended, as well as the 9 o'clock base. Both bases are essentially undefended here. He can just send a bunch of vultures over to take those down. Really needs to do that. He's got a building floating down there. Just now he's going to see that. He's also taking the 9 o'clock as well once again. I don't know what happened to that drop, if it got cleaned up or if it just left. But either way, he is starting to send some units out over there now. Oh my god, these mines are very, very dangerous. Loses 1 siege tank to the spider mines. And these mines are essentially free for the Terran players. So, you know, every mine hit that kills a siege tank is absolutely fantastic. And oh, it looks like we are going to have a big drop coming in here. It's a tape, help defend this base. Is it going to be enough? Yes, a lot of ground forces are coming in here, and Barracks doing an amazing job now, pulling himself back into this game. He is going to lose a lot of SCVs to these vultures, but look at that. For some reason, that's such a superior siege tank count. I don't know why Piano has no army right now, because he is still like 30 supply ahead. So I don't understand where all his supply is right now. Is it just like in SCVs or something? It doesn't even make sense, because he lost a bunch of SCVs in the Doom drop earlier. So I don't know why he's got so much supply and yet doesn't have his army on the map. Maybe he's just completely out of position or something, but Barracks is actually pulling himself back into this game. Oh, that's not what he wants to do though. He's not going to walk into that siege position. So now Barracks has actually established... Oh, shit. No, come back. Come back! Buffer into GG! Yeah, oh, we can go to the other stream now. Sweet. Mass stream switching. Anyway, looks like there was actually a huge drop in the main base here. What the hell is going on? How did this happen? How did we get from just now to this point? What's going on here? Alright, hold on. There's a doom drop in the main. There's a drop at the 9 o'clock. The top right natural is like not mining because all the SCVs are dead. What the hell is going on? Is this even the same game? Are they trolling us? They just like loaded up a different replay just because they knew my stream blew up, and they're like, let's see if Sayle thinks this is actually still the same game. I see what you did there, OGN. I see through your tricks. I see through your lies. But more importantly, this drop in the main is actually doing a lot of damage here. Just look at that hole in the main base. Just look at the mini-map. It's like the entire main base has just gotten caved in. But it looks like, oh man, a big drop to try and defend the 9 o'clock is not going to be enough here. And actually, if we look at the supplies, 120 supply to just 62. Is that 52? I don't know. But Piano is just a huge supply lead right now. And this drop in the main, it did a lot of damage. But is it going to be enough? I don't think it's going to be enough because Barracks now has no economy. He's got the 9 o'clock and the top right natural, but neither one is really mining. Barracks just has no income. He's got no money. Look at the bottom right. He's got no money. He's got 60 minerals right now. He's got to do it with what he's got right now. Whereas Piano is still mining at his third, at his 9 o'clock base. I think Piano's actually got this. I don't think Barracks can win. There's no way that Barracks can win. He's just got no income right now. You know, the best positioning in the world, the best micro in the world isn't going to help if you just can't make anything. And I think that's going to be it. I think that is going to be it. I mean, what is he going to do? His natural's getting sieged. He's got like 2 tanks in his opponent's main. Okay, he's got a few units. Oh, he still has a few units in the dropship. Alright, so he's actually going to go take down this 12 o'clock. If he can take down this 12 o'clock, then Piano will be down to just the 9 o'clock mining as well. I'm actually going to quickly switch again. But yeah, dropping all over those units. The SCV is coming off. This is the last stand for Barracks, and he loses the last of his army. And that's got to be that. That has got to be GG. There is no way that he can come back here. He's got 34 supply against 110 supply of Piano. What can he possibly do? Oh, looks like we might have a dropship collision. Mid-air collision! But not really. Oh, this is actually really tense. Who's going to drop first here? Who has Goliaths? If you have Goliaths, you should drop first. But also, the person who drops first usually loses. GG! From Barracks! Air Force Ace! Taking him down 2-1. That's right, KT. What's up? KT Rolster having to win both of their matches, being gifted a free match in Air Force Ace, and they're dropping the ball. They are dropping the ball already. What the hell? KT Rolster fans. Oh dear. You poor KT Rolster fans. Of course, having said that, you know, we still have the SK